Previously on Yeti and MJ. We were all set and ready to head out of Colorado Springs. We got Rhonda loaded up with all the gear we had, all of our storage units emptied. I got Rhonda all purdy and detailed. MJ was so excited to hit the road. We jumped over to the gas station to get some gas, fuel up for cheap before we could set on this wild adventure across the country, seeing Four Corners and Grand Canyon and Phoenix, Arizona, and the sand dunes. We were so psyched to do all of these things, camp and do all of these wild little just side projects along our journey down to RTR, the big van meet. Well, we started right away from Colorado Springs, hitting the road fast when the initial problems of living with Little K's rig, alternator issues, kind of had us thinking, wow, maybe we would be leaving Little K with behind. Actuality, things just had a big plot twist.
Things to go well and smooth, everything happens. I'm not entirely sure where we are in Colorado, but probably close to the border, and we have pulled over to let Wayward Wanderer and Lil K catch up to us, but when we stopped, something happened with our van. We're not sure what, but it won't move, it won't get into gear now, and I don't know what we're going to do, because if it's a transmission, that's expensive, and don't know if we're going to be able to fix that, really. It is 5:30 in the morning, and we made it a little bit down the road. Yeti and I woke up, tried to see if the van would start going, and it did for a little bit, a good 4 miles, but as soon as Yeti hit a hill, it was a no-go, so now we're just hooking up to the bus.
So my transmission took a shit last night. It's completely dumped out. I can't shift into any gears, and I'm stranded in Colorado. This is by far the biggest fear of my entire life, my entire van life, everything. This is everything that I've ever owned and lived in. I don't have money. I have $200 to my name, so I had to get in touch with my older brother, who may help me with the finances of financing a brand new transmission, which is super thankful. But the only way to do so is if I get into the next town, which is 11 miles away, and right now I'm being towed on a pull strap by the bus, hoping that I can make it into this next town.
It is 6 o'clock now. We've been working on getting into town for about an hour, half hour on the road. And I think we're just a few more miles out. We're re-hooking Yeti back up to Wayward Wanderer. We had unhooked him when we got to a hill so he could just coast, and he made it pretty far. There's Lil K, if you can see. It's been a stressful day. Stressful 24 hours. In times like this, it's nice to be able to have people to talk to that are willing to help. We contacted Yeti's older brother, and he said, keep him in the loop, that he'll try and help however he can. I have some very good friends back home in Wisconsin who are very supportive of me, and they decided that to help me as well, so I absolutely love them for that as well. I'll be calling my parents later on, and my poor parents. They hear a lot of the bad stuff that happens to us through these videos because I don't like telling them over the phone. You know, they get very worried, they get very sad if, you know, things aren't quite going so well, but I'm sorry. Who wants to hear their mom or their dad be sad or worry about them? So I just want to say that we're doing okay. Having the van, like, yes, it's seeming to be a transmission problem, which will be costly, but, you know, in van life, it's better that it happened that way rather than if we had an apartment and this happened in one of our vehicles, because we would have rent to take care of as well that we would have to be worrying about, as well as who knows how much this transmission is going to cost. So it's just kind of nice to know that we don't have to worry about all these other huge bills. We have other bills to worry about. It's just this one huge couple, possibly a few $1,000 problem. But then we're not homeless. I'm so tired. I'm so stressed. My brain just is not comprehending this well enough. So we made it to Walmart. Took a little bit of time, but we made it. So now I guess it's just we wait till we can. I just want a van. Wait until we can take it to the transmission shop and find out what can be done.
So it is January 13th, and we were supposed to be on our way down to Arizona, but we are at a complete dead halt because of our transmission, as everyone probably knows already. This is the biggest nightmare of my life, but actually has become a lot less nightmarish due to a few things. One, Tyson coming and giving me a call back, letting me know that he could help me with the finances, considering I don't have much money. I have $300, and that's probably not going to get me a transmission anytime soon. So that's really awesome. I really, really, really appreciate you, man. Seriously. I sat here and talked about that last night, about how cool that really is, man. Thank you. Also, number 2, we called all the local shops, and there happened to be 5 or 6 shops in this town. We found a transmission specialized shop with a guy that's on the brink of retirement, so he kind of takes what he wants, and he's going to shuffle some things around, give us a call back, and see if he can squeeze us in earlier, so that way we can get things rolling right away. That's good news. 3, we are at a Walmart that allows you to stay here for at least one night, so we're going to stay here one night, and if we stay here more than one night, we might talk to them and see if we can stay here longer if we needed to, because the van doesn't move. Not an inch. And the this will be the 4th cool part of this story is last night when I came here to get transmission fluid at O'Reilly's, which is connected to the Walmart parking lot in a kind of way. I had glanced over and saw a bunch of vans over in the Walmart parking lot. And upon doing so, I recognized a van that I watch all the time on YouTube. And it so happened to be Foresty Forest's van, which if you don't know who he is another van YouTuber that is pretty big in the Canada vanner community and American vanner community as well. And I just so happened to see his van, and I didn't know if it was his for sure, so I was with Wayward Wanderer, and I was like, hey, I think I just saw Foresty Forest, so I pulled back into the Walmart parking lot, drove up on his van, and I saw the El Goma plates, and I was like, hey, that's Foresty Forest, and so I just yelled out the window, Foresty Forest! And he actually was in there at that exact moment and opened the door, came out, and I was like, man, I need to shake your hand. I went full-blown fangirl. I was like, I'm never washing this hand again. No, I was just like, yo, man, like my van broke down, and he's like, oh, that sucks. And he told us that he wasn't coming to RTR because he's not a big fan of the COVID stuff, so that makes sense. He, most vanners really stay away from people. Most nomads really don't care for people, and they're just kind of like that. That's all right. That's the way we are too. So it was just really, really cool to kind of meet somebody that I've looked up to for a while now, and how he's actually given me a lot of good advice on building this van that you guys see every single video. I even told him we had a channel, and he didn't really ask the name or anything, but he said it was cool, and that's cool. Like, it's very cool when other content creators get to run into each other, and that's it was just so lucky, and it made the day way better. Made me feel like I had good luck, and I'm supposed to stay in van life even though our transmission just pooped out on us and we're stuck in this random town. What town are we in?
Cortez.
So that's
Colorado.
That's where we met him. Cortez, Colorado. We've met, and it's actually right in this parking spot, right? Oh, wow. Yep, right there. I told him I was gonna be towing my van into town later if he'd have waited, but he left. You know, people got plans. Why would you wait for randos? I wouldn't. We are taking the dogs for a walk right now in Cortez, Colorado. Explore Cortez and head back to the Springs. Probably go find another job there, even though we were just there. That's probably my best bet of having something secure planned to make money again, because I'd be loaning money from someone that I'd have to pay back. And that's what I gotta do to do that. Came across this little skate park. Has a bunch of spray paint art. Hey, Tucker taking a pee. So we get dropping this off at the junkyard while they're coming to get it tomorrow. I'm gonna unload everything into a U-Haul tomorrow, and then the junkyard is gonna come and pick this up. And the sad thing is, there's brand new tires on here that were like 800 bucks. We just bought these to hit the road, and they've done us justice, and now it's gotta go. It doesn't move, and it will cost me way too much to continue to just keep sticking into this van. It's got too many problems. It's a sad, sad day though, everybody.
What about your channel, everyone's thinking right now?
Yeah, if you don't live van life, we don't want to subscribe to you. Well, here's the thing. If you don't stay subscribed to me because I live in a van, or don't live in a van, I hate you. Because the truth is, we're going to be the same people. We're going to be trying to get right back into this lifestyle. It's just going to be a little bit longer, and we're going to have to save more.
But we still plan on traveling,
and we'll get an apartment to be uploading all the time, playing video games. There will be plenty of things to see in Colorado.
And you get to watch the entire journey.
The entire
from
build.
researching the van, to buying the van, to building the van. So it's going to be a whole journey. So make sure you subscribe and watch it.
Right. If you unsubscribe now, you're unsubscribing probably at the worst point. So
this is real van life.
This is the real life. When transmissions go and money costs come up, you start to contemplate what is worth it.
Right. So we have been at Walmart all day so far, figuring out what our options are, and we're just kind of camped out here. We've got the chairs out, we've got the solar out, we've got our doors open. We're just kind of chilling. But it's sounding like Rhonda will be no more. Sad, but true. Not entirely sure what the plan is, but we're going to get a U-Haul truck, strip everything out and off of Rhonda.
I'm taking the dash and the windows.
We're going to try taking the dash, windows, tires, fan. Yeah, we're going to strip this entire thing because the towing company.
Gonna get here for it. It's just gonna be on blocks.
Yep. The place we're trying to get rid of it to is saying that they'll come get it and they'll give us $50. So why not strip it and get as much as we can out of it? But we'll get a U-Haul, fill that up, and head back to Colorado Springs, where we'll probably get an apartment.
We will all split off my journey with Yeti and MJ.
Yes.
My journey will no longer be sad.
Yeah, it's going to be back to Yeti and MJ and Lil K on his own for the first time, really, outside of Wisconsin. I don't know what Wayward Wanderers experience out of Colorado has been.
Wayward
Not too
Wander
much,
will be
just
around.
vacation. So it'll be my first time moving out of Colorado. So
Heck yeah.
hell yeah. I'm looking forward to it. It's an adventure.
Hell yeah. It's a fun life, a van life.
I'm sad. I'm crying a little bit here and there because it's sad. I spent my whole life, all my money, the past year of my life has been spent inside this rig right here. And it's hard to film this clip even because, man, I'm gonna miss the shit out of my van. I really, really loved this van. And every single night I laid in that bed, I said out loud, man, I love where I live. I loved that I built my own house and that I did such a good job and I took my time and I did it with my dad and my friends who are now in prison. And it's just sad. It's sad that one little tranny issue was all it took to just kind of end my van life because I'm broke. But
at least I have somebody good enough to give me money to get back out there and do something else, because if I didn't have that, man, I really would be stuck here in Cortez, Colorado with not a penny to my name, and that's terrifying. So instead of that, I'd rather give everybody things from my van, like Wayward Wanderer taking my dash, and let Rhonda live on through everybody else's rigs, so when I get my next rig, I can remember those memories. Yeah, it just sucks. That's all it does. It's all it is. It just sucks. It's devastating, because this is my whole life. My everything.
Not just his whole life, it was a part of ours too.
Yeah, even living with little K's crying here. We spent a lot of time in here, buddy.
A lot of time, a lot of the things, resources to get to this point where we are, just to see it go just like this, bro. It sucks.
So unexpected. So unexpected. It literally happened like that, and it was just, that's it. Now, no more van. No more house.
What are you gonna do? I know you're gonna get another rig, so we'll be back out there together.
Someday. Maybe another year from now, but someday nonetheless.
It's sad to see one thing go, but it's exciting to see new things come.
Start. Yep. That's the way it is. That's just life.
Because I'll come back here and they'll have an apartment. That'll be crazy.
He can have his bikes there. He can come and ride with us in Colorado where I live. I'll finally have my license here. That's good. This marks the last kind of day in the van. And this is Rhonda, everybody. This is the inside of the van that we have spent a year inside. Loving every day.
A live vigil!
That sums it up, everybody. This is Rhonda, the goodbye series. This was supposed to be an RTR, just so everybody knows. This was supposed to be a video of us living more van life, but instead not getting out of it.
She was fun while she lasted.
Yeah.
On to the next.
Lots of memories.
I know this won't be our only rig. I know this is just one of my first rig. That's what it is. It's our first rig. And there will be more after this, and I will be back in this lifestyle. I know it. It's who I am. Who we are.
This is our story, our life, our home.
This is really it, MJ.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Seriously, this is the last night in our van. Last day.
It hasn't quite hit me.
I don't think it will until the van's getting towed away.
I honestly don't think it will hit me until we're not sleeping in it tomorrow night.
Seriously. I just want to film in here as long as I can.
Of course.
This 100% breaks my heart. Because it's so much work, time, and energy that went into this thing. Like, damn, I built it all with my hands. I'm so proud of it. There'll never be another one like it. And that's cool. Like, it's just damn right cool. I take it everywhere and everybody compliments me. And they say, this looks so cool and you did such a cool job. And like, yeah, there's more vans that I could do it again, but damn, man, this is my build. This is my life. This is my everything. And I know the next one will be cooler, but I don't know. This one's always gonna hold that special part in my heart. This is hard. I'm just talking to her mom. But I just wanted to vlog because, I don't know, I want to vlog in here as long as I can before it's gone and it's getting hauled away. And I have to make the title that I'm out of van life. When I thought I was going to a big van life meetup. Damn. But I don't know. Most people will probably think it's weird to just be balling that you're moving out of a van, but I don't know, man. I'm so sad because this is my van. This is my home.
Yeah.
I built this with my dad and my brother and my friends that I'm not gonna see for a very long time, and it's just all those memories that go with it.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I'll have them, but man, I had it.
I've made, actually,
I'm not a kid that came from very much security in life. So this home, it really means a lot because it just holds that. It's that security. I always knew I had a place to sleep. I may be hungry, I may be poor, and not have a dollar in my pocket, but I had a warm place that I could go back to sleep that I didn't owe any money on. That's nice. That's nice. This is our last night in Rhonda. You can hear the diesel heater clicking. Rhonda has not moved and she will never move from here. We have been at Walmart in Cortez, Colorado. Oh, that van's rad. All painted. This is where I met Foresty Forest right here. And that's the last place I'm ever gonna take my van and park in this Camp Wally. It has been nothing but sad. Even waking up this morning, I still cried. But we know that it's gonna be for better reasons. Like, we just know that there's gonna be another van, and this isn't the end of our van life. We're not like those people that are getting out of van life because we couldn't handle it and we didn't like it. We found out that we loved it, and that was definitely for us. But we just needed more space. We needed a better and more dependable van. We needed to take our time when getting into it instead of just rushing because we wanted to see what the life was like. Because this is what it gets you.
It's not even because we really had the money. We had friends and family able to help us get back on our
Out,
feet.
right? Completely stranded here in this town, working to pay for the transmission and not know what problem could have come up next in the van. And that's why ultimately we decided against it, because the van just does have a lot of mechanical issues, and it will continue because the van is old and was not properly maintained in its prior life. So now we're going to make sure that the next vehicle we get is exactly what we need. I don't even have a vehicle anymore. It's so weird. I haven't had no car since I was 16 years old. It's kind of crazy. You sad?
I am sad. I am going to miss being able to travel freely.
Our logo, it has our van right on it. Rest in peace, Rhonda. Seriously. Let's go inside and go to the bathroom now. It's 6. We got the U-Haul coming at 9 and the tow truck coming at 1.
Sorry. Yep.
We're sitting inside Rhonda right now for one of the last times. We're just hanging out before the U-Haul. We have to go get the U-Haul. Living with Little K is going to continue on, going towards Arizona to RTR, Quartzsite, Arizona. So you guys can go and see him, and Wayward Wanderer is going to continue on as well. They're going to still caravan down there, following the plan. And MJ and I then are going to go back to Springs. We can start working, maybe get at a place while we are looking for our next rig. But anywho, in turn, we were sitting inside Rhonda and we were just talking about all of the things that we think are good to talk about Rhonda for the learning experiences. All the things that we did wrong in this van, so that way we know for the next rig exactly what to fix.
Like the bed.
Like the bed. We were talking about, and you'll see more of this later when she's more gutted out, the framework that we built the bed on. We built off of the original frame plan, and then we built another frame plan, and then we built another frame plan, all off of each other. We never destroyed any of them.
Plan, and it was too short for his bed
to go all the way the hallway. We did the stretch one where you could like slide it out, just but it was too short to go the whole hallway. We built it too short. So instead of rebuilding it that day, we just built another concept on top of that concept of flip out boards, which were the worst idea ever. It cut Sophie's nose, had a bunch of sharp screws sticking through the boards that we never grinded off. And it was not a good, it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable to sleep on. Plywood / board. So it wasn't, was not comfortable. What did we do wrong in here? Oh, how about let's talk about these back shelves over there. Let's talk about these in that corner, right there.
They're a little,
So weird that I'm pointing right there's the corner on the camera, but man, that is not where the corner is on my hand. Anyway.
They're a little off.
They are so crooked. They will never have a cabinet door over there because they are built so messed up that they are crooked and they're built this way, and
if you didn't stuff your clothes in there, your clothes would probably be everywhere.
Everywhere, and everything's kind of just everywhere in there. There's no lips on any of that. Now the 2.0 shelves were a good idea, and these actually turned out really well.
that one definitely turned out better than this one.
Yeah, that one you can kind of just cram stuff in. That's about it.
There's that one kind of does. It's too thick because we didn't have the thinner boards and stuff.
Well,
but for this one, we built it all custom.
We're not real contractors, people. We just
we
do
just
what we can.
Built it and painted it.
A lot of this
What about
wood
this
was
cabinet?
not actually
The cabinet doors, Yep, that broke. That broke a couple of months in, and here's a design flaw. It's because the trim here on the fan had always hit it when it was upright, and it dragged until it finally just kind of broke it. But it never was fully broken to where it fell off or anything. We just had to lift it up and lock it, which never really bothered us. We just got used to it. Definitely a flaw, but we got those for free from a recycled, which I might even take these still off, because that's something I just really love, those. And they were for free.
What will we do with them?
Save them for the next rig.
So we were.
CNC and then the next rig. We'll need those.
I'll tell the CNC guy to put these in there. They're real cabinets, and they're CNC'd.
Terrible.
I like them. We're taking the countertop too,
Obviously.
because they were never drilled down, and the sink was never mounted down after the 2.0. They just sit there. Everything's gonna come out of here, and you guys are gonna see just how empty this van will get today.
Well, what about the holes? How do you like the holes?
Yeah, how about the fact that my door is so rusted on that side, I can see outside and feel the biggest draft right here. So
yeah, my
the
feet are ice cold.
biggest
right
loss of insulation is right here. I cut into the door just recently. I thought that was a good idea. I had all my clothes in there. We just cut into the door panels.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
Sawing,
hand sawing. Yep.
Probably didn't do the best of insulation because we might have some mold.
Yeah, we probably, if we pulled down these boards, we'd probably have mold somewhere up in there.
Do you
U-Haul place in Quartz, Colorado. About to go check out the U-Haul.
I'm driving the U-Haul right now. You know, it's pretty big. It's pretty fun. It's very loud. Yeah, it drives pretty nice. It'll be a different story once we get to 90-degree turns. Right now it's not too bad where I don't have to worry about sidewalk or anything. So it's pretty easy. But yeah, once we get into town and I have to take those tighter turns, we'll see. Because I've never driven something this big. I've only gotten as big as the van, really. When I first started learning to drive, I drove my dad's truck. It was an old Chevy, brown piece of crap, really. But that was a big boat too for me. This is just a little bigger, for sure.
Goodbye, fridge.
Not goodbye forever.
Nothing left on here except the roof rack. Getting it all loaded up. So we just had a little bit of stuff in our van. You know, this goes to show, just because you live in a van does not mean you have to get rid of everything. We had a lot of crap in that van that we have to go through.
Yeah, seriously.
This is our van, everybody. Let's get a better look. So this is our van after everything is torn out. Bed, Rinky, behind the wall.
Rinky.
We took off the door. We're keeping the door. We took off all the live edge. We took out all the boards we could. That way I could have, living with little kids, just burn them. But I mean, as you can see, our construction build was never the best. I could probably rip it out right now. They're gonna crush it into a cube. I had Wayward Wanderer take all my dash and all of everything in here that he could take. He even is trying to take the tinted windows right now so he can save himself on tinting his windows. The guys from the junkyard are gonna come here, and they even told me I didn't have to have the tires on the thing, so I'm gonna take all the tires as well. But this is our van build. This is what it looked like. And when we, look at that, it's a stand-up rig.
Sunroof!
Sunroof! We even took the fan out and gave that to Wayward Wanderer as well. We just gave away everything that we knew we wouldn't be able to sell, and everything we can sell we're taking with us in the U-Haul.
I really wanted to be like, one last drive just so I can use the sunroof, but
it won't move. And that's why we're doing this. But there's our rig, everybody. Here's Rhonda the rig. All torn apart. This is everything that was in our van. Top to bottom. The roof rack, the bed, the ladder, the sink, the countertops, and then boxes on boxes of things. Yeah, there was no way we were fitting this in the Honda. I'm really, really happy that we got our U-Haul to actually haul things into a storage unit and have our things, because this will allow us to make a lot of money back, and the things we don't want to sell and move into our next rig eventually, we can keep on holding on to. And there's Rhonda. I cut that hole in myself. We de-pinstriped all of it. That took about 7 hours. Got brand new tires, brand new brakes, and we also did the tie rod ends. Those were about as far as the mechanics. Otherwise, I just did oil changes for the 1.5 years that I owned it about. All of the curtains were all custom. Everything in the side, front, back was custom. And this is everything. Just all out.
That's still the place he runs when he's scared.
I think it's hilarious that we not only completely removed everything from the van, we also are literally leaving it on skates here in the parking lot, waiting for the tow truck junkyard guy to come and get it. We're literally leaving it on skates, man. Not anything else, but as you can see, the van, it would have been much more money than just a transmission with how bad this condition of van is in.
Well, yeah, look, it doesn't even have tires.
It doesn't. Okay, don't even have a battery. We even took the battery out, this fool. We are not leaving them with nothing. We were contemplating taking these windows off because these are expensive, and you can sell these on eBay for like $300 a piece. And they don't care about them, so I still might. But we're gonna leave her on skates. And that's what's funny. Fan's gone, the roof rack's gone. This morning, this thing looked like a full-blown rig. Now it looks like something that is sitting in a junkyard. We lived in this thing full-time for a year. Look at this fool. Wow, what a way to leave it. Even with the diesel heater hole in the floor. Man, what a bus. So this is Rhonda underneath. And as you can see,
She's pretty.
she is rusted beyond rusted. Beyond rusted. And if we would have been fixing one thing, look at this. It would have just been one thing after another.
Yep.
The diff back there is just so massive up there.
He's just on the dog bed.
But as you can see, a van is very, very simplistic with the way things are built. So even someone that's not very familiar with mechanics would be able to work on a van, I think, pretty easily, except for the transmission, which is, you know, ultimately the killer in these. It really is the killer in these. It's been killing V6 vans for many years up here in the mountains.
And apparently this transmission motor as well.
It's also very common. 60, yeah, the 4L60, right? That's how we're saying it?
4L60.
Yeah, that's the tranny.
The E technically.
4L60E transmission, which is right located right there. This whole piece in there, all the way to the right there, is the transmission. So that big cheap piece of metal would come down, that big inner housing, and then they'll disassemble that and rebuild it and put it back up there. But as you can see, everything else up there is all rusted and in horrible condition to where it's about to break. So I'm actually nervous just being under here. This is how we're leaving Rhonda at Walmart. And this is why they don't allow people to camp at Walmart.
But at least we're getting her kid anyway.
I can't believe it. That's Rhonda. Chop chop everything we could.
Yeah, I bet.
They're gonna crush her into a cube.
We'll be on the
You were good. You're good to me. Hey, goodbye. Goodbye, Rhonda. Digs right into the ground. Alright, so coming from the back opposite end there. Got a new approach.
There's just a few scrapes and a little bit of rust. It's not that bad.
Goodbye, Rhonda. That's my build, yeah, everybody. That's Rhonda. All loaded, everybody. That is my van, fully loaded. And saying goodbye.
The pinstripes.
Right to the pinstripe. Hey, look at that. Look at that. That's how she used to look. Bye, Rhonda. Man, if I only had this kind of a lift kit. Like, damn. I'm like 5 feet off the ground here. Bye. Yeti and MJ.
Without a fight. There's probably like an inch gash in there, but you know, taking the gas, leaving nothing.
Our employees take them if you don't.
Tell them there's probably a while after this one, so they can go out there and have that.
Goodbye. Ah, there goes our home. And off she goes into the sunset. You'll be a cube.
You didn't live on even now, alright? We're supposed to go to RTR in your ass!
Alright, so we're parting ways. Bye. Bye, Wayward. It's been nice fun.
It's been good.
Yeah, just took the rest of it.
Oh yeah.
See you later.
I love you
Love,
guys.
buddy.
Oh. Good luck in your
Good
endeavors.
luck.
Get
an apartment, message
Film.
me in your apartments.
That's what I'm saying.
Will do.
That's what I'm saying.
Have fun at RTR.
Yep.
Learn a lot.
Learn a lot.
you guys.
Report a lot.
Enjoy the
Live
journey in
stream.
that thing.
You too. Live stream on Reddit. I'll be on there. Just getting out of this town that we broke down out of. We're inside the U-Haul, Sophie and I. We're just driving back to Colorado Springs now. And we're leaving what this town was called, I'm trying to think, Cortez. We're just headed out of Cortez, Colorado right now, headed back to the Colorado Springs. And it's about a 6 hour drive, give or take, with the U-Haul, maybe 6.5. But the view is very, very beautiful. We are up in the mountains. Sophie's really excited for the U-Haul, but she doesn't understand that we won't have a van anymore. Not for a while. We will have another rig again. It's definitely just a matter of when, and not if. We don't know when, and we'll probably get an apartment for a while we're building everything else, our savings accounts, our financial corruptness, because I haven't paid taxes in a long time, so I really have to do that. And the reason why I haven't is because I have had no money. I have been broke living in a van, so now I really want to get my stuff back together. So I'm really going to grind out, and then I'm going to get a van, a big, really nice one that's dependable. Kind of like this U-Haul, but if it wasn't so much on gas. This thing's probably going to kill me on gas on the way back. We'll find out how much this 20-foot U-Haul holds on gas. Our first gas stop for the U-Haul, and gas is $3.59. Sad still, but new beginnings. We're headed back to Colorado while living with little K and Wayward Wander are headed still down to Arizona. Come on, Sophs. Me too. We will be in our apartment, in a bed, watching TV all the time.
Yeah.
So with the $100 in gasoline that this Conoco
would let me get. We got a full tank of gas, and we're hitting her back on the road to continue on driving the next 3 hours. But what I actually didn't realize until just now is this is maybe the last van I actually drive in quite some time. Because vans are one of those things that not everybody has, so I won't drive like my friend's van. And I won't have one for a little while, so I'm gonna be vanless. But I also figured this out too. I may be homeless for real this time, because I'm not just homeless or houseless anymore. I'm actually full-blown homeless, but I'm not helpless. And that's the truth of it. I'm not helpless. I can go and get a job. Now I'm gonna go and get myself a place. I'm gonna save some money, and I'm gonna get a better rig and do this right. Cause look at how quick this one takes off. This little Ford U-Haul is pretty fat. I think it's either a 35 or a 5500. So this thing's fat. 20 feet long, 11 feet tall, huge. And I'm gonna drive it for the next 3 hours.
Last night we were driving till around 9:30 p.m. when we arrived into Pueblo, however you want to say it, Colorado, which is about 45 minutes from the springs where our destination is, to drop off that big 20-foot U-Haul. But anyway, we arrived around 9:30 into Pueblo. We thought, why sleep in the U-Haul when there was no ventilation for the Mr. Buddy heater? So we'd be cold, and I have animals, so we decided to just check into a hotel for a night, and we stayed at the La Quinta for I think it was about $90 or $100 per night with the animals, but we're only gonna stay here one night. And then we're gonna head back, drop the U-Haul off today, and unpack all the things into our storage unit and head over to our friend Kenzie's. But it's a long day already. It's been a really long day already, and the day just started. It's only about 9:30, but I woke up there around 4 to shower and go to the bathroom and eat. We went to have their continental breakfast, which was okay. And yeah, we're just enjoying time away, having our own space before we have to go live with some roommates and not have our alone time for a little while until we get a place. This is definitely not how I expected my van life to be going, everybody. Definitely not. Just about to leave the hotel now. About to head to where we gotta drop off the U-Haul and unload this bad boy, and then say goodbye to the old U-Haul. The head a trip and a half coming all the way back from the town we had been broken down in and stripped Rhonda. Now it's just another day without my van, and we're gonna go and try to lock down everything today that we can in the storage unit, then start looking for the apartment earlier.
I haven't really talked quite about how I feel about everything that's going on. I know Yeti is very emotional about it. For me, I'm not sure if it just hasn't quite sunk in yet, or if it's the fact that I knew we had to get out of her sooner rather than later. I just did not expect it to come this quick or this way at all. It was just kind of all of a sudden. One day she was here, the next she wasn't. I don't know how I'll be in apartment life again. I, for once in my life, don't even want a 2-bedroom or anything more than 1 bedroom, because I just don't want the space to want to fill up. Have plenty of stuff to fill up a studio or a 1-bedroom apartment, and I don't want to buy more because I want to put that money to get back into van life with our next rig. This whole situation has given me a test of how to look out into life, and you know, I'm taking it as a good thing. I am taking this chance that we have been given, or this opportunity that we have been given, to try again and do it better and smarter. We learned a lot in our 1 year of van life.